It was July 2016 when we first crossed this place, and we were just, left with no words. Even though I'm from Himachal, I don't think इतनी सुंदर जगह मैंने हिमाचल में कोई देखी थी. बहुत ही breathtaking scenes थे. The life there was at another pace. People were extremely friendly. The little village of Badagram, we crossed that. Everybody came out of the windows looking at us. It was magical. मेरा नाम आशीष है and I'm from Shimla. Originally from Kangra, but then I grew up in Shimla. So home has always been in the mountains. Have experienced these mountains in depth through cycling. बहुत ज़्यादा experience किया. So the first time we saw the place was in 2016. We had a mission on our hands. We wanted to take the legendary MTB Himalaya race from Shimla to Dharamshala this year. And basically the idea was to find a cyclable route, right, where people and international athletes could come and cycle. It's not a tarmac road, it has to be an off-road, it has to be a trail, it has to be through villages and countryside. So we were on that mission and stumbled upon this piece of heaven. It's in the middle of nowhere. The first time we decided to make a cottage there was no road access, right? You had to walk 4.5 kilometers from Badagram. But now there's a road, so you're 4 kilometers from Badagram. But if you come from the Billing side, you're 9 kilometers from Billing. It's situated right at the edge of the Dauladhar Wildlife Sanctuary, which is the gateway to go to Bada Bhangal and the Ravi valleys of Himachal. And then there are treks that can connect you to Manali, to Chamba. You're in the middle of Dauladhars. At an altitude of 2,500 meters above sea level, in between Himalayan deodars, the Himalayan blue pines, and rai and kayal trees. So you're literally overlooking a river nestled in the Dauladhar mountains. Yeah. Bringing this cottage up was hard. So initially, all the construction material that was supposed to go there was carried around from around the places, but on horseback and khachar back because there were no roads, right? And even when the roads came about, there was always a lot of snow. Sometimes there would be landslides. So the connectivity was still kind of very staggered, broken through the year. So it was hard, but we had one thing in mind that we didn't want to compromise. We wanted to keep the traditional architectural themes of that place and that region at large in mind. So we decided to use as much local material as we can, basically wood, stone that had come from when they were doing the road. So we tried to recycle a lot of wood and stone that's used in the cottage. The architecture style is Kathkuni, wood, stone, slate. Our slates came from Barot and some slates came from Mandi. And the slates here have to be very different at this altitude because it snows a lot. So you had to do a very thickly layered slate roof, which is not easy to do. Also, it was very hard to find people who would stay in such a cold place through the year for construction. So you can say this whole cottage is built and designed in a way by this one person, a local artisan from Bir itself. And he was just amazing. His work, his vision, I think transcended all of our vision. He thought about the place more than we could. So we just had a vision in mind and he was actually able to take it a step further. He handmade everything. So I can very proudly say it's almost like a handmade cottage. It took us 4 years to build this. It's not something that was done with a lot of money very quickly. So it was a slow process, sometimes painfully hard for us. We were getting impatient at some points, but we never kind of deviated from what we wanted to do in terms of how this looks like. The whole idea of this house came about taking an old house in that region, an old stone house, and just renovating one room for whenever you go there. And that idea kept on changing improving and improving, right? So now what we have with us is, when you walk in, there's an old kitchen, and the structure of that old kitchen is still the original house. So we've kept that intact. We basically took it out from one place, put it in the other place, and then that's kind of the main kitchen area where meals are prepared. So the main cottage has 4 rooms. It has a living / reading room, a sunroom to just lounge around with a beautiful Himalayan stove, some indoor games, and very low seating. So you have that. Then you have 3 bedrooms. So you have a ground floor porch and you have a first floor porch. So ground floor has 1 bedroom and the reading room, and the first floor has 2 rooms. Both are having a beautiful attic. So they're small rooms, they're queen size rooms. Both the rooms open up to almost 360-degree views of the mountains and the rivers. You can hear the river from the porch. The porch also is connected around the building. You get views of Barot on one side, Thamsar Pass on one side, and Dain Kund on in front of you, and the Badagra village as well. So you have at least 270-degree to 360-degree views through the cottage. 3 rooms. It comfortably sleeps 6 adults, 4 kids. We're pet friendly. So yeah, I mean, and if there are more people who are happy to share spaces, there's a living room that can be opened up into a bedroom. So Kardhar is a project of, it's a labor of love for the people of that region. More than anything else, it was never conceptualized as a profit-making, money-making venture. It was our way of kind of showcasing this place to the world, and yeah, there have been many more people involved, our friends, our family, who have in some way or the other kind of guided us on how this should be. The inspiration is always the local communities, and that's where we eventually want to work towards. We don't want to limit this to just a cottage. We have a lot of things in mind which we want to do for those communities there, and set up a very, very solid example of a sustainable and a symbiotic tourism can look like.